Hey everyone, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I've been doing a lot of reading on what the social science has to say about marriage, and I came across an article that I think you'll really enjoy and you'll really benefit. It was talking about the 3 factors that are involved in making sure that people have marital stability and marital longevity. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be married for 40 years and be miserable, right? That's having longevity but not having stability. We want marital stability and marital longevity. So what are the 3 factors that determine that? Well, the first one that the social science research says is marital satisfaction. They say it this way. They define marital satisfaction as how partners are meeting the needs of each other and meeting their expectations. And the research says there's a bunch of components that comprise marital satisfaction. Those being friendship, companionship, loyalty, love, respect, patience, and trust. And what the social science research also says is that communication is an important component to marital satisfaction. And what they have found is that couples who can do these 3 things in communication, it increases their marital satisfaction. And those things are couples who can correctly perceive how their spouse is feeling, couples who can respond to each other in an empathetic manner, and number 3, couples who can engage without withdrawing, can engage in conflict and also not descend into violence or destructive behavior. So communication is a big part of marital satisfaction. The second component was intimacy. And they say that intimacy was a multi-dimensional component, that it was physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual, sexual, that all of those factors are in play in terms of how intimate our relationship is. They say that the research says that intimacy is set when couples are not only self-aware, but can self-disclose. When couples are fully aware of who they are and who they're not, and are comfortable to self-disclose without the feelings of shame and guilt being presented when they self-disclose. And the third factor was the religious factor. Now I know you're thinking, well, Pastor Jim, you're certainly going to talk about the religious factor. This isn't my research. This is what the liberal social science universities are saying. It's the religious component, that when couples have a shared religious belief system and ideology, when couples share religious faith community, when they share religious ceremonies, when they share religious experiences, all of those things increase their chances of having marital longevity and stability. That for couples who have a shared belief in God, they can go to that God for wisdom, for counsel, for comfort in times of distress. And that if God's going to demonstrate mercy and grace to them, then they ought to demonstrate that same mercy and grace to their couples, to their loved ones as well. So there you have it, the 3 factors for marital longevity and stability: marital satisfaction, intimacy, and the religious factors. So I know I got done reading all that and I thought to myself, what's the one factor in my own marriage that's the weakest? And what could I do today to make it better? And I hope that you would take that same question to heart, that you would say to yourself, what is this one factor that I got to work on, and begin working on it? But then also, what's a strength? What of those three factors do you do well? And how could you capitalize on those strengths to address the areas that aren't doing so well? Well, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hope and pray it's been beneficial to you. If you want to see more videos, go to my YouTube page, Pastor Jim Hart, or go to my website at thegreathusbandsplaybook.com. Thanks so much.